That's transformed the front a little bit. Oh bloody hell, I just can't stop staring at it. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're all well and welcome to another video. Now, this current point in time, we are in lockdown in Melbourne again, and literally yesterday, last night, 12 o'clock, took the car out for a bit of a bust and then came home and yeah, we're in 5 days of lockdown and possibly 2 weeks, according to some sources on social media. So now it gives us plenty of time to finish some shit. So yeah, being in lockdown again, it's bringing memories of when I started to build this thing. Didn't take long to get back into lockdown, so I'm actually more ambitious than ever to finish this thing. We're not far off at all. And first of all, I'll show you what I've been doing off camera. I've done a couple of things, and then I'll show you what we're gonna be doing today. So first of all, 1 LS, 2 LS. So coming into the interior, a lot of you may remember last time we had the ECU and all the wiring out here, and this time now we have it all tucked up and the glove box is functional again, and all ECU's up in here, and we have all the wiring, and under here there's all the fuse blocks, and I've tucked everything up. This is still just sitting here because all the fuse boxes here, so I can pull this out and then all the fuses are there. Also under the vehicle, remember we did the exhaust, and I've painted that all up, and that's all fixed. And no more leakies. So I put some fingerprints on that one, don't worry about that. So yeah, so I've done that exhaust, that's all good now. Also gave the tailpipe a bit of a paint to make it look a bit nicer. So in today's episode, we have some of this stuff. Now this is a Raptor liner, obviously this is the U-Pole stuff. A lot of you in the four-wheel drive world will know that this is used a lot for bar work and bed lining and stuff like that, because it's so durable, and you scratch it, it barely comes off. And you can get them in pressure packs or like this with the bottle, and then you can have the variable nozzle gun that goes onto the bottle itself, and all we're going to do is put the hardener in, or the activator, and we're going to be painting the front bull bar in that color. And this is a factory Nissan bar, aluminium bar, so we're going to paint it up and make it look nice. So anywhere where there's a little bit of corrosion, I'm just going to scratch it up, and I'll put a little bit of edge primer on there. Then we're going to Scotch Brite the rest of the bar, because the rest of the bar is actually in good nick. And then we're going to go over and give it a nice coat of Raptor. And if we do have enough left over, I'm going to be doing the scrub bars. If not, I'm just going to use other texture paint on these, because these things are going to get fucked up anyway. Also, you can see I have lots of these. Now this is all undercoating stuff, because I'm going to be doing all the wheel wells and stuff under the Patrol in this anti-gravel stuff. I've used this on the VL and I've used this on the FD, and they're it's fantastic. You just literally, you give your old gravel under tar a bit of a clean, and then you spray this over, and it sort of revives and retextures underneath. So really good shit. So I've got 4 cans of it. Usually takes me about a can to do 2 wheel wells, so hopefully that's enough to do the wheel wells. And then when we take the bull bar off, I want to do behind the front here, radiator support area. And then I also want to do the tow bar and stuff at the back, just to freshen this whole car up. Also, we have this stuff, which I'm going to be using on the flares, these side body mold trims, and come around to the back here, these back plastic trims. This will freshen up the car completely, make it look a little bit nicer, or much nicer actually. That's sort of what's letting the car down now, is the plastics and the ugly bar work. So yeah. Now I have been really busy sort of in the engine bay and stuff, just trying to get this all finished, and it's all ready to go, ready for roadworthy. We've got everything mounted, everything's all clear. We've cable tied all the wiring out the way, everything that we need. We still got that mess of wiring over there. I'm going to pull through the firewall and clean all that up for the gas that used to be on there. But yeah, she's slowly turning into a nice car. So the budget piece of shit LS $5,000 nugget thing is going to hopefully look a lot nicer after this this video is finished. And then I've got a buddy of mine that's going to come and actually detail the car. He's got a detailing service, and he's going to rub the car back and do a nice polish on it and cut and the whatnot. So also another thing I've been doing off camera was getting every bit, like all the lights working, every light. So these ones weren't even connected. I had to rewire them myself, but I got all the indicators working in the front bar now. And all the rear lights are working now as well, because the bottom, I had some of the bottom lights in that bar on this side had really bad connections in the actual where the globes go on, and it was all corroded, so I just had to like just scotch it with a bit of paper, and yeah, it come to. So every single light in this car works now, except for the spotties, but hook them up later because I've got to change some plugs over. All right, let's get taking this front bar off. I don't know how heavy it is, so my back's probably going to hate me. Then we'll go from there. All right, now we have the bar off. It was just 1, 2, 3 bolts on each rail, that comes off. It's nice and light, being aluminium. So all we have to do now is just take the plate off, and our indicator's already got the spotlights off over there. Now once we get these out, the bar should be ready. We'll rub it back. I've got this, just some abrasive. It doesn't matter if you go too coarse on it. Obviously the Raptor coat is going to fill in any imperfections. There is a helicopter somewhere and it's giving me the shits. All right guys, so I've stripped the bar. I've been trying to bloody film it. There's been a police helicopter in the sky for legit like half an hour. It's giving me the shits. So now I have the bar all stripped down. What I'm gonna do is get a razor blade and get rid of all this shit. And then I'm just gonna go over and sand anywhere like here. This just needs a bit of love. I think there's probably a light bar or something there. And I'm just gonna go anywhere that has any corrosion, and then what we're going to do is edge prime those bits, and the rest we're just going to Scotch Brite. That way the Raptor adheres nicely, and yeah. Okay, so that's all scotched up, so you can see how it's just made it all nice and matte. So all the gloss is gone here too. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to blow off all the dust with the compressor, and then we'll get the prep sole out, prep sole it all, and then I'm just going to prime any bits with any gouges and stuff. I could prime the whole thing, but I don't have enough because where's my primer, wherever it is over there. Yeah, and shops are all closed because lockdown. Yay. Usually Raptor coat adheres pretty well if you just prep the surface, and the bull bar itself is actually not too bad. We'll just keep doing this, get ready to apply the Raptor. So I've given the primer a bit to dry, and we're going to go over with a clean towel and some prep sole and I'll prep wash. All it does is just gets the surface all ready for paint. Now that we've scotched it all up, should stick the Raptor nicely to it. Alright guys, so I've just gone over the entire bull bar with the prep sole and it's got it nice and clean. We also got those stickers off the top, so that's all been cleaned up. And now I think all we got to do is mix our Raptor. So all we're going to do is just put this hardener inside this, screw our gun on, and then we've got the airline here ready to go. Now I'll probably paint at around 45 psi, maybe 35, we'll see how it comes out. And we've got the adjustable nozzle tip here, so we'll see how it comes out. So that's the first coat. You can see this stuff sprays on so sick, honestly. That's just the first coat. Now obviously it's hard to get coverage because you got to sort of shoot it everywhere, but that's the first time I've ever used this stuff and it's fantastic. No wonder it gets such a good rep, and no wonder it is pricey, but God, it's worth it. God, I'm gonna do another coat and then that's it. So I think we've only got enough in there to do the bar, so that's fine. Well, it looks amazing. Alright guys, so we've given it about 15 minutes to dry, and look at that. Man, I can't recommend this product enough. It's fantastic, honestly. That's my first time using it ever. Now, back in the heyday, I used to be a painter for about 2.5 years. Used to do classic restorations, so I sort of know my way around painting. But yeah, this stuff just so easy to apply. It's fantastic. But I'm really happy with that. So I think now what I'm going to do is roll the car back, and I might start doing that under that front radiator support. So I'm going to give this a nice clean up, and I'll get ready to paint here, and then maybe do the wheel wells as well in here as well. Get it? And then yeah, well, this bar looks sick. I'm so happy. The good thing is there's not much overspray either. Not much overspray at all, which is good. And if you're looking at these blotches, they're welds that used to be there. Oh my god guys, I gotta apologize. I started to do this side and I didn't record, so yeah, I just started doing this side. There's a difference already, and yeah, I'll actually record it this time. Sorry guys, I completely forgot to turn the camera on. Sometimes when I'm doing things, I just sort of get into it and I completely forget that I'm trying to do this series on YouTube and end up looking like an absolute idiot. But that's the first coat on this side, so look at that compared to that. undercarriage painted, looks mint. It looks so much better. I reckon what we'll do now is start painting one of the wheel wells. See how much better that looks, because it's pretty shit under here, I'm not gonna lie. Alright guys, so I've just come in here and I've prep soled in here and that and gotten as much grime in that. There wasn't too much under here, which was good. So what I'm gonna do is just throw a rag over the spring and the shock and then go nuts in here with the same product. So usually a can do 2 wheel wells, but this is a full drive, it's a bit bigger, so we'll see how we go. Well, that's looking much better. Try not to get too much overspray on the shock and spring, but so I didn't really paint the plastic here because I don't really want to, but yeah, I just painted inside the wheel well, and to compare it, yeah, much better, much better. So I'll probably just go over and touch up any bits I've missed and hit the other side. All right guys, I didn't really film this side because it's the same situation as the other side, but this one's all done now. Looks amazing. Now if there is any spots that I've missed, I can always go over it a little bit later, but for now it looks awesome. So now what I'm going to do is drop the front and then go into the back, and yeah, one can did both these wheel wells pretty easily. I still got a little bit left in the can as well, and so I can do any touch-ups. So I should have another can left over to do the rock sliders, so it should be sweet. I'm so excited. Looking so nice, so much better than before. Oh my god, this stuff honestly fantastic. Now I've said I've used it a few times on the VL and the RX-7, and yeah, can't fault it. And that front end's looking sick now. Alright guys, I am absolutely pooped. I am filming on my phone because the GoPro did die. Yeah, the car is looking absolutely mint. So I'm running out of time today. I've got both front wheel arches done, and I've got the front bottom half of the, what do you call it, radiator support. And then obviously we've got the bar behind us. So we'll pick up tomorrow, and we'll do the rear wheel arches, and we'll do all the plastic trims. Much warmer tomorrow, so the paint should cure a little bit better. Other than that, we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Okay guys, so it's been about 2 days since I filmed last, and pulled the GU up here and got the bar. So this is 2 days after it's cured, and yeah, Raptor coat looks awesome. So yeah, can't recommend that stuff enough if you want a nice durable paint on your bar work. And our front radiator support's looking good too. It's all painted up. And under our wheel wells, looking nice under here. Also going to paint these indicator inserts because they're just ugly colour, so I'll just paint them in like a, not even a satin, or probably a satin finish just to match the bar. So I'll paint them up, but I'll put the bar on first and paint these up second. I'm going to do the rear wheel tubs today. I don't know if we'll have time to do all the flares and the body mould and stuff like that. I've only got a couple of hours to spare today before I got to go to work, so that's part of the reason why I don't get things done very quickly, because when I wake up after working, I get up at like 3 in the afternoon, work on the cars for like a couple of hours, and I gotta go to work at like 8 o'clock again. So that's my week, so I try and fit as much work in with the hours I have during the day, especially in lockdown. Why not? I've already got the bolts sitting here on the frame rail, so I'm just going to unscrew them before we put the bar on. So obviously I'll put the camera there, and I'll do that, try and do it on my own. It's not a very heavy bar, and yeah, we'll slide it on and hopefully it looks nice. Alright, so I just lined that side up really loosely, and the one just in there, that's the bolt head just there. Now that we've slid the bar forward, we can find that bolt hole, get that started, do the bottom one, and now we'll tighten them all up. Alright, let's see how it looks though. Would you look at that? That's transformed the front a little bit. I absolutely love the texture. That was like something that was just sticking up in the bar. Don't know what that was. It's like welding blotch or something. Looks better when all the indicator and the fog lights and everything are back on it. Woo! Alright, so I've given these a nice little bit of a Scotch Brite. And now I'm just gonna prep sole them. Not gonna spend too much time on these because they are not in the best condition. As you can see, they got like holes and cracks in them. We're just gonna prep sole them, get them all ready, and then I'm just gonna go over them with some of this I had lying around, some spare of this, just trim and bumper paint. Should bring them up a bit nicer. Let them dry, and then we'll hit them with some paint. Alright, we'll let those sit for a while and we'll start on taking the back wheels off the car and doing the rear tubs. Alright, so we've got the wheel tub all ready to go, and I've just wiped it all down with prep sole in here just to clean it all up with a towel, and we're going to blast over here. These are smaller wheel tubs than the fronts, so hopefully it should be a little bit easier. And I'm just going to give this rear half of the rail a bit of a spray as well, and just a wipe in there, just clean it all up. So let's get into it. Oh, so satisfying doing shit like this. Just makes the car so much nicer. I know it's going to be covered in mud and dirt, but just little things like this is what I love doing to cars, you know. Beautiful. That's looking nice. All the little wet spots should take off soon, and then we'll do another coat. That's it. This side's done, on to the next. Alright, just in one last coat. That's looking sick. You can see the rail as well. It's all coated up. I'm going to be doing all the rear bull bar, what is it called? Tow bar assembly, and under here as well, just so it looks all nice around the corners of the car. Beautiful. Let that dry off and see how it looks. Alright, that's dried off, looking sick. So I'm going to bolt the wheel back on. And I think we're going to put those inserts in, and that's all I'm going to have time for today. So for you guys, the next clip will probably be doing the flares and the body molds and the sliders. Still got a lot to get through, but the main bits are done. The tubs and the front bull bar. So I'll whack that wheel back on. And I still can't get over this front bull bar. Yummy. Alright, inserts are done. They look sick. They look awesome. They really made the front end, because I reckon if I put them in without painting, they would have looked like absolute shit and they would have stood out like a sore thumb. Front end's looking mint, rear tubs are done. I think that's going to be it for me today, because I gotta go to work soon. So in tomorrow's clip, which will be the next clip in this video, I'm going to be doing all the flares and all the molds and stuff. And then yeah, and then I think that's it. Make this thing look brand new again. So we'll catch you in the next clip, which will hopefully be tomorrow, if not the day after. Alright fellas, so it's the next day, and you probably noticed that I've got a haircut and I'm not wearing a hat because it's fucking hot. So I reversed the Patrol back as well, as you could see in the last clip. And so what I'm going to do is actually take these rear trims off and start with those today. It's nice and early in the morning, so we'll get started with those. And then what I think we'll do after that, those rock sliders, and then the flares. Now I'm going to be getting probably the aftermarket flares, I forgot what they're called. So I'm going to try and paint these ones up for now before I get the aftermarket ones, and when I do get the aftermarket ones, we'll wrap the coat those ones. And for now, we're just going to underbody detonate the sliders, and then eventually we're going to get the whole front and bar work and that, and then we'll wrap the coat the whole lot when it's all done. But for now, that'll do. But yeah, so we're just going to tidy up the back of this. I might even paint the inside of the spare wheel because it looks a bit shitty. I've got some wheel paint in there, so I can do that. And yeah, I don't know if I showed you guys last clip, but I've done the rear tow bar. So that was all rusty and crap, and the exhaust, so it's all blacked out at the bottom there. That looks sick. But yeah, so I'm going to work on getting those rear trims off, and then we'll put them down here and we'll start prepping them for paint. Alright, so now I've got one off, so I can sit it down here, and then what we're going to do is just going to Scotch Brite the whole thing on plastic trims before. I've just Scotch Brite and painted them up and they look pretty nice. I don't have to prime them. You can if you really want to go far with it, but these aren't going to last too long on the car because I'm probably going to get another rear bar made up for the arse end and the other trims over there. So it's pretty simple to get off. They'll just 2 cable ties at the front and then 2 10mm on the back, and then just pop the light out. So yeah, I'm going to Scotch Brite this, get it all prep sold, and then we'll get ready to put our paint and bumper trim paint across it, so it looks nice and black. Alright guys, just went to the auto parts store and got some more masking tape. Got 2 rolls because I was running out of my masking tape, and I just got more paint as well so we can do all the flares and the body molds. So I've already Scotch Brited this one back and just starting to mask it up now. Going to do these body molds too. You can see how they're sort of flaking here. So I'm going to rub all that back. So I'm going to do the front and the rear flare at the same time. See these rock sliders look like shit. So they're going to look mint when they're all painted up. I might even do the door handles as well. I'll try and mask up around there and just give them a little. And I'm actually thinking of raptor coating the mirrors as well. It's a bit loose. Might raptor coat the mirrors when I get the raptor coat for the scrub bars and just do them in one hit. Yeah, might have to do these pillar trims as well. Yeah, we'll see how we go. But today I'm just going to focus on doing the flares, the body molds, the rock sliders, and then yeah, you can see our quarter cut here. Nice quarter chop, all boxed in and welded up. But yeah, so we'll continue masking this up and the front one, and then hit these two in the plastic paint. Alright, so I've just wax and grease removed this flare. Also masked up this one. This one's a pain in the ass because the snorkel's here, so I just it sort of sits low. I'm just trying to get it not to touch. So I might put it, maybe fold it, another piece of tape there to stop from touching. And then, yeah, so I've just waxed and grease removed this one as well. This one's got this crap here, but oh well. But yeah, so now we've got enough paint to do it all and we'll give it a hit. Alright guys, so it's a little bit later and I realised I fucked up. As I started time-lapsing this side, my SD card ran out of memory, so I had to go inside and swap SD cards. So I didn't get this side, but I'll have to time-lapse the other side so I can show you how I painted it. But they've just dried up now and they look sick. So much better. I don't know if I might do one more coat. Yeah, I'm not going to clear them because I want that plastic look. But yeah, I'll show you actually what the back ones look like. So this is one of the rear ones. So you can see, looks much better. Got a plasticky look. You can have a better look at the one on the floor. You can see all these scratches are still in it, and all this texture stuff is just what was underneath. I didn't have time to, I didn't want to put too much time into them, but they're looking much better anyway. Beautiful. But it sort of gives you an idea what they did look like. The cobwebs, but get rid of them. They're pretty weathered, so let's go with the other side. Much better. Look at that. We'll start unmasking them, and then I'm going to start doing this body mold. But I might just, I might actually film the entire other side just to get a better idea of what's going on. All right, guys, so just had a break and charge my camera, and we've scotched all this up and cleaned it up. Now, this one has a few gouges here, some gouges there, so they'll probably show up. Doesn't really matter. And down here, some gouges in that one. Doesn't matter too much, as we're going to be changing these flares in the future. Other than that, they are looking pretty sick and ready to go. Now what I do first is I mask up around the flare with tape, and then obviously you can see this I have overspray because I borrowed these from the other side because I was still fine, and repositioned them on this wheel well, or flare. So we'll paint these first, and then after that we'll paint the body strip down the side. Alright guys, now that they're done, also what I did off camera is a little tow hook that goes on the back here. I'm just giving that a bit of a haze over with some underbody deadener. But yeah, these are looking sick. Look at that. Brings out the plastic again, makes it look brand new. Now obviously we've got these gouges here, but oh well, it's not too bad. The actual plastic themselves look fantastic. So that's drying off in the sun. Got our water bottle full of ice. Today it's about, I think it's 35 degrees Celsius, so it's fucking hot. So tap that like button for me in the heat. So I'm gonna unmask this when they dry, and then we'll mask up the body mold, paint that, and then yeah. Alright guys, so just finished masking up, and we've actually utilized the old paper, but we've masked up with fresh masking tape just around the edges, so we get a nice edge around there. As you can see, just gone all out, cleaned it up, made sure there's no gaps, so we can just spray over. So it's all prep sold now. It's been Scotch Brite, as you can see all the scratches from the Scotch Brite. We're going to paint over it and make that look like that. Well, some time's gone past and it's looking sick. So I think now we demask and see how it looks. Now the bad thing is when you start doing this, everything else looks like shit. The car needs to wash itself. You can see all the dirt, but look at that. Well, what a difference. And that rear flare. Wow. So I'm gonna put the bumper cover on now and we're gonna see how it all looks together. I can't wait to see how it looks. And then we'll do the slider. How much better does that look? God, it's like a new car. Can't wait to get out in the sun and show you properly, but look at that. What a difference. All right, now onto the slider. We've already Scotch Brite it all down and prep soled it. You can see here there's black overspray from where they've painted it before, so I don't think they really masked it up properly. But what we're gonna do is the old stick the cardboard over there under as we go while we paint. Because I'm not going to go too far with these things, even though they're going to be coming off later on for raptor coating when I do all the rest of the bar work. But yeah, for now, just using the underbody coat on them, this will be fine, and it'll stop overspray like that, and we can get all around. See all this? Get all that. So we'll get started on that, and that's the last thing to do today. Alright, how much better does that look already? That's so much better. And obviously this time I've already done the trims and everything. It's looking brand new, guys. I'm really excited, honestly. I'm so keen. God, it's gonna be covered in mud soon, but alright, I'm gonna take it out onto the street and get some better footage of it in the sunlight. Wow. Doesn't she look brand new? I'm in love. Oh, I'm in love. It looks so good. It needs a wash still. It's got bird shit on the back. My God, what a difference. Well guys, if you really have enjoyed this episode, please give me a like and a subscribe. It'll help a lot. Next thing to do is get this thing registered. I'm so excited. It's coming up amazing. Oh, let's get this thing on the road, eh? I can't stop fucking staring at it. Well guys, I think that's going to end today's episode. I'll put a bit of tie shine on it just to make it look a bit nicer, but yeah, wow, it looks so good. Just a bit of liquor paint all around, and that's what we've come to. It just, yeah, it looks $1 million now. And every time I want to get my car roadworthy, I want to make sure it just looks presentable. That way, you know, you're not getting into a heap of shit, even if it still is a heap of shit. Oh, I can definitely say it's amazing when you make a car just look, you know, this car was so neglected when I picked it up, and to think that, you know, I've transformed it to make it look like this, and I haven't even washed it yet. It just it's all the fun and games of building cars, and it makes me yeah, when you see the final product, it makes it all worthwhile for sure. It's I can't wait to actually just drive it. I just realized there's some tape still in the freaking, always happens. That's better. Oh, I'm in love. Well, thank you so much guys for sticking around and watching me put this thing back together and make it look $1 million again. And thanks for following me through this journey of reviving this thing and hopefully bring it a new and successful life. And for its 8 years it's been on the road and converted to a V8, hopefully we can give it plenty more years to come. We can absolutely drive the wheels off of it, and I hope, yeah, it inspires you even just to get your full drive out and make it look nice, or even just if you want to convert your car to a Barra LS, whatever, just get into it. And yeah, thanks all so much for watching, guys. And if you haven't subscribed or liked or anything, that'll mean the world to me. It'll get things like this done a lot faster, and hopefully the next video will be taking it to get it roadworthy and register it, so hopefully it passes with flying colors. Thanks again for all watching, and we'll see you in another video. See you later.